Welcome back to another Sunday Swings. We have some nice markets this week, so let's get right into it. AUD USD looks pretty nice on the 4 hour. On the weekly, we are very extended, I'd say, and we had this weekly weekly doji. And technically, we shifted bearish. If you look at this as another structure point, then we went bearish in this candle, and I am now interested in shorting it from this super clean area of interest. On the 4 hour it's clean, on the 1 hour maybe not so much. Similar idea on NZD USD. In this case, I don't think I would count this candle as a structure point, which would mean that we are still bearish from this move, and we add this nice weekly area of interest, and now, well, here we are still bullish. Nonetheless, I think sells from this area look pretty nice. I guess you could do something like this, but I am more interested in shorts and sells. Euro USD. I already wanted to sell it last week, but I missed my entry somewhere here. You know, you could have entered right around here, and then, well, it's not as big of a move, but maybe if you were to do something like this, which is a bit high risk, you would be at a 1 to 2, which would have worked out if you close perfectly at the last pip. But now I'm interested in taking sells on Euro USD again. We have this nice smaller area of interest. We have some support from the EMA, and we are not really at the daily area of interest, but on the weekly it still looks great. I mean, we had this area of interest and we just did some tweezer tops, and now I'm expecting to have a real big candle to the downside, maybe even engulf this one, and that would be great. Yeah. Then CHF JPY. I am also interested in sells. We're at this area of interest, also here at this area of interest, and I am now interested in taking sells. Wow, a lot of interest. In taking sells from this area of interest when we break below, have the retest, and then move to the downside. We had this nice daily doji, and this could form a head and shoulders pattern. It might be a bit early, maybe even on the daily, but if we just break below, retest, then that already would be great. Probably to right around this area. Yep. Euro CHF, we do have this head and shoulders right here. Now retest to the neckline of the head and shoulders. We have the 4 hour EMA. We had this weekly bearish engulfing, but then we had this doji. We had the EMA, we are rejecting from this EMA, and I am interested in taking sells from the neckline of the head and shoulders to the downside after we break below this structure point and the 1 hour shifts bearish. Unless, no, yeah. Break below this. And then we should be good to go. And last pair, GBP CHF. I'm interested in taking buys. We are at this area of interest and I want to take buys after we break a bit higher. Because on the 4 hour we are still very much in this, not sharpiness, but in the structure. But I want to fully break out. Would be great on the daily if we get like one candle to the upside on Monday, then maybe a wick even on Tuesday, and already on Tuesday the move, or the candle as a retest on Tuesday and then the move on Wednesday. Something like this would be perfect. Probably the EMA will be the target. However, I guess once we're here, we will not stop at this. I don't know actually. We're also bearish on the weekly. I guess bullish on the daily. So yeah, we have some higher risk pairs this week. But I think the structure of these pairs still look pretty nice. And so I'm still very interested in them. And that's already it. I have been working on something on welftrading.com, so go check out welftrading.com. If you go onto my main personal website, all the trading tools are gone now. So if you still want to use them, go to welftrading.com and register, and then you can still use the tools. And I will probably do another video about welftrading.com, but go check it out. And I hope you learned something, and see you guys next week. Bye.